Okay. So the last class we discussed about the 2019, 2018, and 2020. So let's discuss about the VLSM, where FLSM and the VLSM. There are two types of a concept. So we discuss further about that one. So today let's discuss 2021 past paper, your part 2, B part 6 question. So the first question is based on the parity check is a simple technique to detect error in data communication. Okay, first of all I'll just note the questions in my board. So here the first one is 1010110. So you know the parity bit. Here they have given the marks also. So for this one parity check only for the 2 marks. So it's a very simple concept. So we will discuss further. And this relevant question, your B part question is telling about the explain about the shows about the VLSM. So fixed length and the variable length. So subnet mask. Okay. FLSM means fixed length subnet mask. VLSM means variable length subnet mask. Okay. So thereafter your C question explain about the topologies and your logical arrangement, your network diagram, and explain such a questions. Okay. So someone will look at this, your B parts. Probably your this one, they have given a 6 marks around approximately 6 to 8. So therefore, please don't lose the marks to complete this your table. So it's a very simple concept. So therefore, try to give take a full mark. So try to answer these questions from 2018 to 2022. So then it will be easy. So let's start our subject. So first of all, the 1010110. So this is here 1010110. After there is a your IP address number is 192.174.19.0 and 25. So this is the IP address, and they have given the marketing. The ABC company has two main divisions. Number one, production. Number two, and market. Under the production division, there are three units, namely store, supply, and operation. Under the marketing division, there is store, supply, supplies, and operation. Having 10, 12, and 13 computers respectively. Marketing division has 40 computers, 10, 12, 10, 12, and 18 respectively. Altogether 40 computers. And the production ABC company has been given the 192, and all computers of the ABC company has to be assigned IP address after making the subnets from their address block. The following incomplete table shows the submitting copy to your answer sheet and fill the empty entries. So in this question, so look at this carefully. So you have to write it down, entire table into your paper and in your answer sheet, and you have to fill that with that. And sometimes you can give the answers without the table, but this question clearly mentioned that you should show that incomplete table shows the subnetting. Copy it to your answer sheet. So please be careful with this wording. So you have to write it down, entire tables in your answer sheet. Okay. So let's see division. There's a marketing, store, supplies, and operation. Here I copied my tables here and your first A part question. A question says 1010110. So here how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Clear? 7 digits are there. They are asking, so how to perform the odd parity? Explain about the odd parity. Okay. So the first of all, by using this one, you can apply the odd parity here. How many bits are there? 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. So this is your question. So how many bits are there? 7 bits are there. So the odd parity means there is a two type of a parity. Parities are there, two parity. Number one, even parity. Number two, odd parity. The even parity means the ones. Your ones are equivalent to the even, which means either 2, 4, 8. Okay, with all eights within the eights frame. Okay, so the odd means the number of ones, your total number of ones are equivalent to the odd. Total number of ones are equivalent to the even. We call as the even parity, odd parity. I'm talking about the all set, but now it is here we have only the 7 bits. Now you have to fill this place. Your first one. So what is the number here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So which means we have a 4 ones. Altogether 4 ones are there. So now they are asking about the odd parity. Now this is not an odd parity. This is not equal to the odd parity. Now this is checking only odd means this ones should be equivalent to the odd number. So 1, 2, 3, 4 means now it is even. Therefore, I applied another one, okay, to fulfill the requirement of odd parity. You got it? Here, without this one, because the altogether you have a full frame 8 bits. The first, this is your question. So within that question, here how many ones are there? This should be equivalent to the odd calculation. So the odd means the odd calculation. So here your ones is equivalent to the total ones are equivalent to the odd. So that is our concept. So here I have only a 4 numbers. So therefore this is a even number. Therefore I applied that 1 as a parity check. So then it will be converted. Now it is a odd parity. So you can check that odd parity means the entire the receiver is checking whether this one is odd numbers. The ones. Total number of ones are equal to the odd number means this is correct. But if it is not equal to the odd, then it will be detected as an error. So this is the mechanism you can simply explain about this. Okay, so there is a very basic one. But our intention is to discuss today's session is to complete our VLSM part. So the last couple of classes we discussed about the FLSM, fixed length variable. But today let's discuss about the VLSM. Okay. So the last, so now your A part is parity. So now you know what is the odd parity and the even parity. There are two types of a parity bits are there. Your total number of ones are equivalent to the even means we call as a even parity, and the total number of ones are equivalent to the odd parity means odd number means we call as a odd parity. So as per your requests, you can give either 1 or 0 to fulfill the requirement. So this is our main target. Okay. Now let's discuss about the B part. Let's discuss about the B part, the VLSM. The very basic concept is here I mean the production. Okay, the production, there is a marketing is there. The marketing, there is a three sub portions are there. Stores, 10 PC, supplies, 12, operation, 18, altogether 40. Okay. So the first number is 192.174.19.025. So let's discuss about this here. So this is the division. So the division is first marketing. And under the marketing there is a stores and suppliers and operation. Okay, my dear students. Listen carefully. Okay. Now your NID 192.174.19.0 is your starting point. I'll explain it. So they have already given these two numbers. So I'll just try to first of all I'll fix this. 192.174.19.96. And here is a blank. Next, broadcast ID 192.174.19.79. Subnet mask in the number of nodes 64, 16, 16, 32. And your usable address. Okay. So this is your question. So you have to fill the blanks. Very easiest thing. Okay, so you can simply get the 6 marks from this question. Now, first of all, you have to understand this concept, my dear students. Here, they have explained about the production and the marketing is the main area. So, production and the market. So, the production means the head part here, there is no productions. Okay, they have given only the marketing, stores, supplies, and operations. Even the marketing is here, topmost one, and the store, supplies, operations are sub portions, as you see in this. Okay. So in here, they have allocated the 64 and the 64 and they have broken into the sub portion. Okay. So the first of all, what is a VLSM? Variable length subnet mask means, first of all, that just as usual 2018, 2019 and 2020 past papers are having the FLSM. FLSM means, what is the concept of FLSM? Fixed length subnet mask. Your subnet masks are fixed. Clear? Your number of nodes are fixed. Clear? And usable address, that is the number of usable address is also fixed. But the VLSM means variable length subnet masks. So the variable length is your subnet mask lengths are varying, changing. Okay. So therefore, here look at this one. The number of nodes is 64 for here. This is for 16, and for this one 32. And for the usable address quantity is also a different. So this is altogether 62. This is 14. This is 14, and this is 30. And your subnet mask portions also will be changed. Okay. So this is the concept. Okay, let's see. You know our table. Actually, when you divided these portions, you can understand simply. So here they have allocated 64 means this is also could be 64. So the 64 means the balance will be having 64, 65. I'll explain about this. Give me a minute. Here you know that you're subnetting hosts and subnet masks. So the subnetting means 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. And for the host means 256, 128, 64, 32, and 16. And for the subnet mask means here 0, here, sorry, first of all, let's see, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and follow. 32, 8, 39, 30, 31, 32. Now here number is 0. The 0 plus 0.128. For this one is 64, 192. For this one is 224. For this one is 240, 252. Okay. So you know these tables. And here, my dear students, first of all, let's see the 64 bits. So the 64 means, I hope you remember this one. When you add the values, 0 plus, here the 0, the first number is 0. As usual, you can fill with this. Your 192.17.19.10 is your firstmost network ID. So you can just write it down, this firstmost one. You can simply write it down. Here the 0. And your last digit is broadcast ID. This is BID means broadcast. Broadcast ID. Here they have given that 64. So therefore look at this one. This is your main portion. Which means here for the production, Probably 64 bits have 64 has been given then. For the production 64. Another 64 is given to the marketing. Another 64 is divided into 3. 2 actually. 32. Another 32 they have divided into 16. So for the 32 they have given an operation. Next one is stores. Next one is supplies. So this is the real concept. Okay. So your production they have given the 64. So if you want to, if you are dividing that 64, there are 4 numbers are there. One for the production, one for the marketing. So the balance 64, 2 balances are there. But in here they have given only, they have taken only the 164. The remaining is as usual, they just leave that part. So you don't want to care about that. But thereafter the 64 is given 32, 32. Another 32 is divided into 16, 16. So this is the overall picture. Okay. So let's complete this, fulfill this, let's fill this table, network table. The broadcast means your last ID. So the 64, I already told that you just add the 64 with this. Now the 64 means it should be comes here. 64. If it is a 64, then your broadcast number is, I'll just use the red color, 192 point, the answers are 174.19.63. Okay. So the 64 IP broadcast subnet mask is 255.255.255.192. Okay. So then this is your broadcast ID and this is your subnet mask. And the usable IP address is 192.160, 174.19.12, 192.174.119.62. So this is your usable address. But thereafter, the problem is here. I say this one is a 64. Okay. So if it is a 64, the broadcast number is 79. Okay. I think it is a 70. I'll just give me a minute. Okay, my dear student, look at this carefully. Now, the first one is very simple as usual. You can just 64 add the 64. Now the stores are coming at the 64, and here 79. Let's check whether this one is the correct answer. And here your subnet mask. I'll explain about the subnet mask. They're very simple. You can simply fulfill that one. As usual, 60 means it's a 240. This is 240, and this is 224. Okay. I'll do that later, but at the moment, just first of all, do this one. Here, 0 plus 64. So the 64 means here the 64. So 64 plus 16 means, look at this carefully, 16 means 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. 7, 8. 80. Okay. Here, now, this is a 64. Look at this carefully. Yes. Now you know here the 192.174.19.0 and altogether 64 knots are there. So then I added that 64 as usual, you know that one. Actually 63 is the last digit. 63, 0 to 63 means altogether 64 notes are there with the 0 until to 63. So how many notes are there? 64. So then we added the 0 plus 64 means your next note is 64. 192.174.19.64. Now the 64 means you can apply that 16. Okay, look at this carefully. 16 means here it says 80. 80. Clear? 192.174.19.64. The 80 is your, when you added that 16, now 64, you have the number of items is 16. Now I just added that 16 and here 80 balance. Now look at this carefully. Here the number is 80 means, okay. So the 80 is your here number. So this is also correct. Is this clear? If you have any other doubts, please let me know. I'll explain it. First of all, give me a time to fill this one. And first of all, let's fill this area. Then you can ask your question. Okay, look at this carefully. Now 255.255.255 point. Here you know that 16 means 240. For this one also 255.255.255.240. Okay. But here the problem is most of the students also having that some confusion. When you add this one, 64 plus 16 means your number is 80. Look at this carefully. Your number is 80. But in here, the number is 96. Here this number says 96. But in here it says 80. Only problem is, look at this carefully. Actually, in between the stores and the supplier, there is an empty blank slots are there. They did not use here. This is the main place. Okay, my dear students. So in this place, look at this carefully. Here, here in this 80, I can write it down here. As I said, that even in the fixed length, I think your 2018 paper or 2019, I'm not sure that exact date. One of the items are having the 3 departments. Okay, actually we can divide it into the 4 departments. Now look at this, one department 64, 64, 64. Now the third one is you can remain, you don't want to use it because you didn't have the spaces. Because you have only the 3 department means you don't want to use this one. So which means it does not mean you can't use it in between. Okay, my dear students. Either you can take this slot, that numbers, and you can apply into here. You got it? So, but this one you can leave. Okay. So this is the concept. So therefore, look at this carefully. In this place, here there is a 80 slot there. Let's assume I'm just writing here. 80 means 192.174.190.80 is there. Look at this carefully. So then here this is the 16, not no. So the 16 means at 16, this is 96. Look at this carefully. Here 16, the answer is 96. So therefore, here this is satisfied. This not is satisfied because in between the source and the supplier, there's a small 16 piece of IP address blocks are there, but unfortunately they did not use. Okay, they haven't taken into the this structure. So therefore, in this part, actually, you don't write it down. Huh? I just to explanation purpose, I uses this. Here the this one, the final one is